Out of the village, out of the thatched and clutching shires, out of the grey and furrow and grave, where his magic was trialed, the last cruel dances of childhood and unparalleled deception, his greatness unknown. The 3 moons above to guide him now Magius walked in shadows, taking upon the black robes, and sight clouded by the trial, he turned from his only friend of vision to end the 3rd dragon war, unable to accept the turn of his ego, to change the future, changing sides from Nutari to Lunitari, to change terrorized into renegade mage. The wizards in their polished towers despised him, finding solace in serving the one who would betray instead of changing, only more destruction, where Magius, broken and weary, stuck to his own path, and wielding a staff, defeated a dragon who vowed revenge in the first silence, the destruction to guide him, fleeing from those who meant him harm, back to the realm of Sonia, to betray his friend and put him in his place. No memory of childhood could stop him from his visions. The mountains crouched before them, nothing would change now. The 3 moons weeping in the sky, and the long night tumbled into shadows. The hardest choice to use as a decoy. How later they united again, this time with a Minotaur friend, leading them to his secluded home, the 2 putting their differences aside. Interrupted from explaining in Magius' tower, sending down chromatic dragons, fighting dragons with magic. He would send them away before returning to them, setting aside his renegade robes for red. 2 friends united, both steel and wizardry, able to release their friend from captivity, in a landscape of dreams where he saw then Huma vanished and Magius would speak, how he sent his friend to meet his foreseen fate, Huma returned, and Magius then knew that the dream was a nightmare, not real. He swore them the oath from his broken honor to be loyal to Huma and to keep him from harm. And the sun and the three moons waiting for wonders hung in the sky together. The silver dragon kept Huma in the skies, but on land the wizard would defend, keeping the Dragonlance from falling to the wrong hands, where Magius, now wearing robes of solemnity, kept his oath but was captured in a portal. The torture endured at the hands of a renegade awaited the unspeakable silence, sending a vision to Huma. Magius was slain and his body was sent to the feet of his only friend, where he swore to honor the Magius sacrifice to defeat Galindrakos, who would pay the price. Danced on the battlements, all of Somia lifted its face to the eastern sky, and the dragons wheeled to the highest air, believing some terrible change had come. From out of their tumult of wings, out of the chaos of dragons, out of the heart of nothing, the mother of night swelled in a blankness of colors, swooped to the east into the stare of the sun. The sky collapsed into silver and blankness. On the ground, Huma lay at his side, a woman, her silver skin broken, the promise of green, released from the gifts of her eyes. She whispered her name as the Queen of Darkness banged in the sky above Huma. She descended, the mother of night, and from the loft of her battlements men saw shadows boil on the colors dive of her wings, a hovel of thatch and rushes, the heart of the wilderness, a lost silver light spattered in terrible crimson, and then from the center of shadows came a depth in which darkness itself was a glimmer, denying all air, all light, all shadows, and thrusting his lance into emptiness. Huma fell into the sweetness of death, into biting sunlight, through the lamps, through the dear might and brotherhood of those who must walk to the end of breath and the senses. He banished the dragons back to the core of nothing, and the long lands blossomed in balance and music. Stunned in the new freedom, stunned by the brightness and color when they returned to the grove in a pilgrimage in homage the lance, the armor, the dragon-bane himself had vanished to the day's eye, but the night of full moons red and silver shines down on the hills, on the forms of two men and a woman, shimmering magic steel and silver, silver and magic steel, above the village over the thatched and tree.